Nestled in a small, quiet town, the Happy Tales Animal Shelter struggled to stay afloat. The shelter, though dedicated and compassionate, was overcrowded with animals needing homes, and funding was scarce. Staff worked tirelessly to care for the animals, but adoption rates remained painfully low. Each day, they hoped for a miracle to improve their situation. The shelter had a worn-out charm, with peeling paint on its walls and a cheerful yet overworked staff who never gave up. They dreamed of seeing every cage empty, replaced by the knowledge that each animal had a forever home. That hope seemed distant, until one winter morning when a golden retriever entered their lives. The golden retriever arrived at the shelter under heartbreaking circumstances. Her previous owner, unable to care for her any longer, tearfully left her at the door. Despite her abandonment, the dog exuded a sense of calm that immediately captured everyone's attention. Her golden coat, though matted, shone faintly in the sunlight as if reflecting the hope she would soon bring. The staff named her Hope, believing her presence might change the trajectory of their shelter. From the moment she arrived, Hope seemed to bring a quiet optimism to the space. Her gentle, trusting eyes made it clear she was not just any dog, she was special. Hope quickly distinguished herself with her unique personality. Unlike many animals who arrived scared and withdrawn, she seemed remarkably calm and understanding of her new environment. She would approach people and other animals with a gentle wag of her tail and a soothing demeanor. It was as if she understood that her purpose was not just to heal herself, but also to bring peace to others. The staff noticed how Hope interacted with the animals around her. She would nuzzle shy cats, play with nervous puppies, and sit quietly near older animals who needed companionship. Her natural warmth was undeniable, and it didn't take long for the shelter workers to realize that Hope was not just another rescue. She was a beacon of light for everyone around her. Hope became an integral part of the shelter staff's daily routine. Whenever a worker was having a tough day, she seemed to sense it and would quietly sit beside them, resting her head on their lap. Her presence brought an unspoken comfort, reminding them why they chose this emotionally demanding yet rewarding work. The bond grew stronger over time as Hope began accompanying the staff on their rounds. She was more than just a resident of the shelter. She was a part of the team. Whether it was helping calm a frightened dog during its bath or lying nearby as a staff member filled out endless paperwork, Hope's calm energy rejuvenated everyone. The once tiring workdays now felt a little brighter. As weeks passed, the staff noticed something remarkable. Hope had an extraordinary ability to sense emotions. Whenever a new animal arrived, often scared or traumatized, Hope would approach them gently, as though offering reassurance. She seemed to understand their pain, sitting quietly by their side or engaging them in gentle play until they felt safe. This talent didn't go unnoticed by the staff or the visitors. One day, a nervous couple visited the shelter, unsure if they were ready to adopt after losing their previous dog. Hope approached them without hesitation, resting her head on the woman's knee. The couple later said it was as if Hope gave them permission to love again. The staff began to explore Hope's potential as a therapy dog for other animals. Whenever a particularly frightened or aggressive animal arrived, they would introduce them to Hope. The results were incredible. An anxious German Shepherd who refused to leave his crate found the courage to step outside after Hope spent hours sitting nearby. Soon, Hope became the shelter's unofficial therapist, helping animals acclimate to their environment. She even started accompanying staff during intake procedures, her calm presence making a world of difference for the newcomers. Hope's work didn't just help the animals, it also boosted the morale of the entire shelter. Word about Hope began to spread through the local community. Visitors came to the shelter not just to adopt, but to meet the golden retriever, who seemed to have a magical touch. Families would bring their children to interact with her, and local organizations began expressing interest in her story. The shelter saw an increase in foot traffic, with people eager to experience the unique comfort Hope offered. What started as a small ripple of interest grew into a wave, and Hope's presence became a symbol of the shelter's mission to provide love and second chances. Realizing the potential to share Hope's story, the shelter launched a social media campaign. They posted pictures and videos of her interacting with animals and visitors, accompanied by captions like, "Hope brings joy to everyone she meets." The posts quickly gained traction, drawing likes, shares, and comments from people far and wide. One particular video of Hope cuddling a frightened kitten garnered thousands of views overnight. The shelter's online following grew rapidly, and with it came an increase in donations and adoption inquiries. Hope became the face of the shelter's mission, inspiring people to support their cause. The turning point came when a video of Hope comforting a crying child went viral. The boy, visiting the shelter with his parents, had been overwhelmed by the sight of so many animals. Hope approached him, nuzzling his hand and wagging her tail until he smiled. The moment was captured on video and shared widely, resonating with audiences around the world. People from all walks of life commented on how the video restored their faith in kindness. The shelter was inundated with messages of support, offers to adopt, and donations from strangers who had been touched by Hope's story. After Hope's story went viral, the shelter saw a surge in adoptions. Families who had been hesitant about adopting a pet were now inspired by the idea of giving an animal a second chance, just as Hope had been given. Hope's presence became a motivator. Visitors would come to the shelter specifically to meet her, and many left with a new furry companion. The shelter staff were overjoyed to see the cages gradually emptying. It wasn't just the numbers that increased. The shelter was filled with a renewed sense of purpose. Hope's story had made people realize the impact of adoption, not only on the animals, but also on their own lives. The newfound fame brought not only adopters, but also an influx of volunteers. People from the community, teenagers, retirees, and even busy professionals offered their time to help at the shelter. Some walked the dogs, while others helped clean or organize supplies. Many were inspired by Hope and wanted to be part of her story. The shelter became a lively hub of activity, with volunteers sharing stories of their interactions with Hope. They often spoke about how her calm presence made their work feel meaningful. Hope had transformed the shelter into more than just a place for animals. It became a symbol of compassion and community. With Hope's growing popularity, the shelter began receiving donations from all over the country. Packages of food, blankets, and toys arrived daily, along with handwritten letters from people who had been moved by her story. One donor sent a substantial check, writing, "Hope reminded me of the love my own dog brought into my life." The financial relief allowed the shelter to improve its facilities. They replaced worn-out bedding, expanded outdoor play areas, and upgraded medical equipment. Hope's story had not only saved her but also transformed the lives of countless other animals in need. Among the many visitors who came to the shelter was Emma, a woman who had recently lost her beloved dog to old age. Emma had been hesitant to adopt again, fearing the pain of loss, but something about Hope's story compelled her to visit. When she met Hope, the connection was immediate and profound. Hope walked straight to Emma, wagging her tail and gently resting her head on her lap. Emma broke into tears, feeling a sense of healing she hadn't thought possible. In that moment, she realized that Hope wasn't just another dog. She was a symbol of resilience and unconditional love. After spending hours with Hope, Emma knew she had found her new companion. She completed the adoption paperwork that same day, her heart filled with excitement and gratitude. As Emma led Hope out of the shelter, the staff cheered, knowing this was a perfect match. Emma later described the experience as life-changing. She said, "Hope didn't just heal me. She reminded me how to love again." The bond between them was instant, and Emma promised to give Hope the happy life she deserved. Emma's home was everything Hope could have dreamed of. A spacious backyard with soft grass to run on, cozy corners for naps, and a loving owner who showered her with affection. Emma made sure Hope felt welcome, buying her a plush bed and a collection of new toys. Hope quickly settled into her new life, bringing the same warmth and joy to Emma's home that she had brought to the shelter. Neighbors noticed Emma smiling more, and she often credited Hope for helping her rediscover happiness after her loss. Word of Hope's adoption story caught the attention of local news outlets. A reporter visited Emma's home to document the journey from abandonment to her new life as a beloved family member. The story aired on TV and was shared widely online, bringing even more attention to the shelter. The feature highlighted not only Hope's incredible journey, but also the importance of adopting rescue animals. Viewers were moved by Emma's heartfelt words about Hope's impact on her life, further inspiring people to consider adoption. Hope's new life with Emma was filled with adventure. Emma often took her on long walks through the neighborhood and weekend trips to nearby parks and hiking trails. Hope's golden coat gleamed in the sunlight as she explored her surroundings, tail wagging with joy. She quickly became a favorite among the locals, who would stop to pet her and ask about her story. One of Hope's favorite places was a serene lakeside park where she loved chasing ducks and playing fetch. Emma often brought a picnic blanket and a book, allowing Hope to roam freely. These moments became a source of healing for both of them, strengthening their bond with every outing. Inspired by Hope's journey, Emma decided to give back to the shelter that had cared for her. She began volunteering on weekends, sharing her experience with visitors and encouraging them to adopt. Emma often brought Hope along, allowing her to interact with other animals and visitors, just as she had at the shelter. Emma also organized fundraising events in her community. She hosted bake sales, charity walks, and even started a pet play day event, with all proceeds going to the shelter. Hope became the unofficial mascot of these events, her presence drawing crowds and inspiring donations. Emma created an Instagram account to share Hope's adventures and promote animal adoption. She posted pictures of Hope exploring the outdoors, playing with other animals, and cuddling at home. Each post was accompanied by messages about the importance of giving rescue animals a second chance. Hope's account quickly gained thousands of followers, many of whom shared their own adoption stories. The platform became a hub for animal lovers, and Emma used it to highlight shelter animals still in need of homes. Hope's online presence continued to spread joy and inspire kindness. Hope's calming presence began to have a ripple effect. Emma noticed that whenever she brought Hope to community events or the shelter, people gravitated toward her. Children with anxiety, adults dealing with grief, and even other animals found comfort in Hope's gentle demeanor. One day, a young girl who had recently lost her cat visited the shelter. She was hesitant to interact with the animals, but Hope approached her quietly, resting her head on the girl's lap. The moment brought tears to her parents' eyes. Stories like these became common wherever Hope went. Recognizing Hope's natural ability to comfort and heal, Emma enrolled her in a therapy dog certification program. Hope excelled, completing the program with ease. Once certified, Emma and Hope began visiting hospitals, nursing homes, and schools, bringing joy to those in need. Hope's visits became the highlight of many people's weeks. At nursing homes, she would sit by residents' feet, listening as they shared stories. In hospitals, she brought smiles to children undergoing treatment. Hope's gentle nature reminded everyone she met of the power of love and resilience. Hope's therapy work not only brought comfort, but also inspired others to adopt rescue animals. Emma often shared her story with people she met during their visits, emphasizing how Hope's journey had changed her life. Many families left determined to adopt, eager to experience the joy of giving a second chance to a deserving animal. The shelter staff noticed a steady increase in adoption rates, which they attributed to Hope's growing influence. Her story had become a symbol of hope for both animals and humans, proving that every life deserves a chance to thrive. The impact of Hope's story was felt deeply at the shelter. With increased funding and a dedicated team of volunteers, the shelter underwent a complete transformation. New kennels, a renovated play area, and upgraded medical facilities made it a more welcoming place for animals and visitors alike. The staff often credited Hope for the positive changes. "She reminded us why we do what we do," said one worker. Hope's legacy was evident in every happy adoption story and every smiling face that left the shelter with a new furry companion. Emma was approached by a publishing company to write a book about Hope's journey. The book, titled Hope's Golden Heart, chronicled her life from abandonment to becoming a symbol of love and healing. It included touching anecdotes, photos, and advice on adopting rescue animals. The book became a bestseller, with proceeds going toward animal shelters across the country. Readers were moved by Hope's story, and many said it inspired them to visit their local shelters. The book further cemented Hope's legacy as a symbol of compassion. With the success of the book Hope's Golden Heart, Emma decided to use the proceeds to create Hope's Fund, a nonprofit organization dedicated to supporting animal shelters. The fund provided financial assistance for medical treatments, shelter renovations, and adoption campaigns, ensuring that no animal had to face neglect or lack of care. Hope's Fund gained significant traction, attracting support from celebrities and animal lovers worldwide. The organization became a beacon of hope for shelters struggling to stay afloat. Emma often brought hope to fundraising events, where her calm and friendly presence encouraged even more donations. To honor Hope's impact, the shelter decided to commission a statue of her. Positioned at the entrance, the bronze statue depicted Hope sitting with her tail wagging, a joyful expression on her face. Beneath it was a plaque that read, "In honor of Hope, who brought love and light to us all." The statue became a landmark, drawing visitors who wanted to learn about Hope's story. Families would take pictures with it, and many felt inspired to adopt after seeing it. The statue was a constant reminder of the power of resilience and the difference one animal could make. The shelter and Emma began organizing regular community events with Hope as the star attraction. These events included adoption fairs, pet care workshops, and therapy sessions for children and seniors. Hope's presence made every event special, her calm demeanor putting everyone at ease. One memorable event was Adopt and Play Day, where families could meet shelter animals and interact with Hope. Children played games, and adults attended sessions on responsible pet ownership. The event not only boosted adoptions but also strengthened the community's connection to the shelter. Emma expanded Hope's influence by visiting schools to teach children about animal welfare and the importance of kindness. Hope became a beloved guest, her wagging tail and warm demeanor instantly winning over the students. The program included lessons on responsible pet care and the benefits of adoption. Children learned about Hope's journey, and many were inspired to advocate for animals in their own communities. Hope's visits left a lasting impression, fostering a generation of compassionate animal lovers. As Hope grew older, her energy waned, but her spirit remained as strong as ever. Emma ensured her golden years were filled with comfort and love. Long walks became shorter, but Hope still enjoyed her time in the sun and the occasional game of fetch. Though her pace slowed, Hope's role as a symbol of hope never diminished. She continued to inspire visitors at the shelter and community events, her story touching hearts even in her twilight years. For Emma, every moment with Hope was a treasure, a testament to the bond they shared. When Hope peacefully passed away, the outpouring of love was overwhelming. Tributes flooded in from across the world, with people sharing how her story had touched their lives. The shelter held a memorial event where visitors shared memories and celebrated the joy she had brought to so many. Emma continued Hope's work through the nonprofit, ensuring her legacy lived on. Hope's story isn't just about one dog, Emma often said. It's about the love and resilience in every animal waiting for a home. Though Hope was gone, her impact continued to shine brightly, inspiring kindness and compassion for generations to come.